Yeah, greetings. On the 5th of May, 1936, Haile Selassie left Ethiopia. There was a war raging in Ethiopia where the Italian forces go into Ethiopia to control Ethiopia because at that time, Italy was one of the only countries that didn't occupy or colonize Africa, African states. So Mussolini believed that this is an opportunity to control a state in Ethiopia. Well, in 1936, on the 5th of May, we know that as a day when Haile Selassie went to England, through Jerusalem, he go to England to really garner attention and mobilize the other nations to this atrocity that was taking place in Ethiopia, because Mussolini actually sprayed poison gas all over the country, killing thousands of Ethiopians, animals, and even the tree them. At that time, Ethiopia was a member of the League of Nations, which was before the United Nations. Served the same purpose, we thought. Well, Haile Selassie went to the League of Nations and started to plead the cause of his Ethiopian people. What must I go back and tell my defenseless people? And all the people in the house jeer him, make nice upon the desk them, stamp the desk them, laugh at him, and these things. Him say, well, you have struck the match in Ethiopia, and it shall burn Europe. Little after that, we see World War II start. World War II, them says a world war. We know that it's Europeans that fight against Europeans. When Mussolini and Hitler side together and decide, say, them are going to do certain things. Well, why we mention that? We mention that because the world never listened to Haile Selassie. And Russia, Yugoslavia, England, America, they start to fight a war against each other. A lot of people don't know that 20 million Russians died in the Second World War. 20 million. Now, when we look on it and we say that on the 5th of May, 1936, Haile Selassie did have to leave his country to plead the cause. 5 years after, on the same date, the 5th of May, 1941, Haile Selassie returned to his country and the Italians get chased out, and he then sat back on his throne as the King of Kings, conquering Lion of Judah, and then reign again for years. Now we know that there's a war right now raging between Russia and Ukraine, and we see people behave like, especially black people, it's for them business. Them start to get emotional about it and look what Russia do with this and look what Russia do with that. But when something happens in Africa, we hear say, boy, black people wicked, look how black people are killing black people in Africa, in Nigeria and in Somalia and all them something there. And most of the killing them go on in Africa is connected to some manipulation of the wars that took place in England, in France, and then spill off in Africa because they want to really control the resources of Africa. We're going to do a part 2 of this. All right.